Yeah, that wasn't bad. Blew up 3 corpses all around him. Yeah, a corpse explosion can be kind of expensive prior to getting it leveled. Glass shank, quiver. I'll just grab the cell, I guess. It's going to make it kind of difficult to find out what is worth picking up to sell when things don't sell for conventional types here. Oh, 21 to life. Nice. That poison arrow is getting close. That scroll was very good. And the life flask. Alright, so as you can probably tell from the lack of dedicated intros and outros on this, when I'm doing these videos, I'm just kind of moving on to the next one as I go. I'm not really structuring it like I would normally do in my videos. I'm moving quickly. I'm basically recording everything that I can as fast as I can, and then what I'm going to do is probably put everything together and get them ready for massive updates so I can just start posting videos as soon as possible. But I'm still trying to fill these videos with as much content and commentary as I can as well to kind of talk about the game, as I find that when you're looking at videos about a game, it's one thing to watch gameplay, and it's another to watch gameplay with someone actually able to talk about what's going on at the time. Kind of gives you a different perspective when you know what they're doing and why. You know, to see a reason why things might be considered difficult. For example, I was watching a recent video of Total Biscuit playing I Want to Be the Guy Dead. There was this segment where he kept dying over and over again to this one segment with a fish jumping out and he had to jump over a bridge, but when you jumped over the bridge it blew up! Yes, it was a frustrating game. And I kept wondering, well, why just not jump? Why not just stop before you get hit? And it turns out that part of the game is he could not stop his character from moving, which you could not tell just watching the video. So another thing about that is I found when I was watching Diablo 3 footage back when Diablo 3 was just in beta and I wasn't in, watching other beta footage of just people playing was not that exciting to me, as I had seen a lot of that content already, but getting a commentary about how the skills work was more interesting for me to watch. So what we've got here, we've got Poison Arrow leveled up. Let's see if this changed anything. 30 damage, 50 reduction, 18, 2 to 4 and 18. So now that's 3 to 4 and it's still 18%. And the physical damage added has gone up, as well as the damage and duration, I think. So far, nothing exciting has happened when I've leveled up a rune with an ability. One thing that's been nice though is that my flask that I picked up this magical one here is recovering very quickly. I basically use it by the time I need to use it again, it's full. Or even before then. Oh, that guy's back. Killed him pretty quick this time. Oh wow, evasion and energy shield on a mask. What have I got? I have got a rusted cask. I probably won't be using this then. I want to take a look at this mask though. That's interesting. Kinda neat. Still just kind of fighting my way off this beach. My zombie is dying repeatedly. I'm almost loath to revive him. You see, the flask was ready again. I do apologize for the occasional thumps you may hear on the microphone. I'm trying to make sure I still don't cough into my microphone directly, as I'm still not 100% recovered, but as you can tell by the voice, that feels a lot better. Yes, my throat no longer bothering me near as much as it was. Just the occasional tickle and cough, apparently. That sounded more kinky than I meant it to be. But anyway, you get the point. Just a little tickle. Right. So I'm up here, you're down there. Oh, come now. Very well. That is a dead end. So I can just run up and stomp these things, or I can hit them from a distance. Hitting them from a distance might not be a bad idea, because some of them blow up in my face. And it seems between transitions I lose my zombie. Waypoint, though. I can go back to the encampment. My quest lies to the left here. Very good. Doo-doo-doo. Oh, I can wear those now. Thank you. Two identified items, and I only got one scroll out of the deal. So I could choose to sell them without identifying them. I might consider that with items I'm pretty sure I'm not going to use. Well, 20% increase critical strike damage multiplier. So this game does use a lot of the same conventions, such as damage. Looking at Diablo 3, because the damage multiplier didn't exist in 2 as far as I'm aware, but in 3 it does. So there you go, increase critical strike damage multiplier, and there we have attack speed. You know, and honestly, that is not a bad idea. After all, Blizzard copies other games all the time with stuff that they know works. And that's how they continue to do their business, is they take the best of every other game that they play that they like and make their game better. So if anyone wants to, you know, take inspiration from Blizzard, that's honestly probably a really good idea, because then you're stealing from the best, who steal from the best. It's kind of circular, I guess. Ah, the Orb of Transmutation. I like this one. I can turn a normal item into a magic item, and I'm tempted to do that now. I could do it to a ring, my shield. I have a belt, and of course I have these mitts, which have evasion and energy shield. I'm not sure if I want to try that. You know what, let's see if I can do it to this ring. I can, and it gives me attack speed. Nice. And maximum mana with the orb. So, with all these items being a currency of some sort, this is all a gamble, really, when you think about it. Do I take these items that I have and turn them into new items? Or do I take these items I have and then go and actually buy new items? You know, there's definitely multiple ways to go about forging your gear and getting that which you want. I like it. It's a glyph. Oh, okay. It's a quest item, apparently. Oozback Bloom. Hits accurately. Evades attacks. Charges at enemies. Enemies lose life over time. Oh dear, yes, I am... Yeah, spam the potion. I've got this, you look in the upper left-hand corner, I've got a debuff. He's got a damage aura. Spam the potion, spam the potion. Alright, what did I find? Some robes and a club. I don't care about the club so much. Let's look at the robe. 9 new intelligence. Very nice. Put that on. That gives me mana and a little bit extra energy shield. Alright, that means I have to take these blues and put them elsewhere. There we go, simple enough. Well, I'm glad I saw that last one, or I wouldn't have realized my health was going down, because I was running away. I had no reason to look at my health bar, because I wasn't getting hit. Frozen in place. Still haven't put my passive in. Let's take a look. I'm going this way, so I guess might as well keep going that way. Critical strike chance. Armor and evasion, so scale. That's interesting. So I think I like the way they do this. Instead of, you know, being strength slash int slash whatever base, you know, strength and dex, they just make 3 different types of armor. Evasion, mana shield, and armor. So you have to choose between dodging damage altogether, reducing the damage you take, or lower submerged passage, or increasing your shields, which is kind of a damage reduction. The shields recharge pretty fast, so it's a very different mechanic. You know, you think about maybe, you know, you get that from more modern day, say, first-person shooters, where you've got these shields that once they take damage, you start to lose your health, but once you're out of combat for a certain amount of time, you start to regenerate those shields quickly. Oh, hello, Dripping Dead of Fervor, a rare monster. Haven't run into those yet. And he dropped pretty much diddly. Oh, okay. It's a pack, champion pack. Wow, that frost attacks quickly. Alright, well, I killed them all and they still didn't really drop anything good. That felt kind of disappointing, to be honest. But again, I'm rather impressed by the quality on here so far. Again, for being a free-to-play. I think they've done a really great job with this game. I would say if there's a game that I would look at that's similar to, say, Diablo. Where does this go? Circle, energy shield 7. Is this an armor? Oh, it's a helm. Okay, should have known. Most circlets are. You know, I don't know. If I had to pick between this and Torchlight, that's tough. Torchlight had some issues with it that I didn't care for, but it also had some really good ideas. I mean, this game's going to be free to play. That's kind of hard to compete with. So this game would definitely be good for that, but the thing about Torchlight is that your 4 character classes are unique. They have their own skill trees, their own skills. And I think that I like that a little more when it comes to RPGs, because as much as it's kind of cool to be able to learn everything and get your skills through runes and whatnot, now granted, the idea of build still exists because you only have a finite number of skill slots or, you know, gem slots in your equipment. And keep in mind, some of these are going to be augment, not just skill ability, you know, not just skills themselves. So even though I've got like 2 here, right, these might become augments to increase damage or crit or more projectiles. So the idea of builds is still in this game, but I kind of like the structured skill tree system of Torchlight 2 as well. Honestly, I think they're both going to be good in their own ways, and I think it's going to be up to each individual player to decide which they prefer. Do you want skill trees, or do you want just one? Look at this thing. This is massive. This is a passive skill web. It's not a tree. It's a web. It really is. Wow. Both honestly look like great games. One game is free, one game is super cheap. Can you really say no to one or the other based on prices? One's going to be, you know, Torchlight's going to be $20. Just $20. One gripe I have about this game, I think, was when I was playing a melee character, and the melee hits felt kind of floaty. Casting spells feels really good in this game so far. I like it. My spells go kind of where I want them to go. There's a long casting time on them, though, or at least on this one. Leave it on that one, as you can see. So it's going to make it kind of hard to hit and move a lot. Block chance with staves. Nice. But that's just this game's particular mechanic. I mean, maybe they don't want you to be doing a lot of that stick and move that happens in, like, Diablo. So here we go. 1 zombie, 16% damage, 34 life. 1 zombie, 24 more, yeah. Well, hopefully he lives a little longer. I'm going to keep leveling him up. But the casting feels good. I like how the spells hit. I can usually tell when monsters get hit with my spells. But when I was using the melee character, I was doing a duelist, which is the strength dex character, hybrid. And one of the first abilities I got was Cleave. And I'm going to tell you, the Cleave in Diablo 3 feels perfect. Because you do it, you hit the enemy, you see the enemy get hit, it feels good. And this, there's a slight delay from when the animation fully plays, so it doesn't feel like a very quick Cleave attack like it should. It hits, but you don't get that powerful big hit feeling. Again, it feels floaty, like the damage was put there, but I might as well have been casting a spell instead of actually swinging with a weapon. Minor gripe, again, this is beta. Animations and the responses to those animations very well could change by the time the game hits release status. I always feel bad criticizing a game in any way when they're in their beta still, because there's so many things that can change. But at the same time, if you don't point out issues in the beta, then of course how are they going to be corrected? You know, in case they come by and see these and they want to get input. Well, that's the input I want to give. Oh, that was a familiar sound effect. That sounded just like the skull in Diablo 2. Alright, oh, over here. See, there was the first, there, okay. I think I found my 3 glyphs. And of course, this is all, of course, to let you guys know, who may not have participated in this beta, or might not even known about Path of Exile, to kind of get a feel for the game and whether you think you might like it, or be interested in buying it. Okay, so I've got a couple exits here, I believe. I know where I need to go. That's down there. There's another exit up there and over here. What's upgrading? Detonate and arrow. So could I not go this way prior to doing that? Did I just level? Looks like I did. Alright, another passive. So I can go up here to plus 30 to intellect. Wow. That's massive. That's gonna double my intellect. Oh, I'm not quite there yet. I have to go here first. Then I can go there. And as you can see here, my character slot here, it actually shows you my int, strength, and dex right here on the skill tree. So if you're curious when you're picking skills, you can look at that. See, I could go there, I can get 30, then go here, 10, 20, and another 30. There's 40, 50. Wow. I can really start bumping up my intellect. It's mana and energy shield. That doesn't change the damage of my skills, huh? Okay, so let's use the waypoint out of here. Oh, interesting. Chromatic orb reforges the color of sockets on an item. So I can always change the whatever my sockets are around. Okay, I'm going to put some of these back. For some reason, shift clicking is not putting it in. Alright, orb of alteration. Just keep those on me. Transmutation shard. Very nice. Alright, so... Ooh, Firestorm, Cold Snap, Ice Spear, Ethereal Knives, Ice Nova, Raised Zombie, Detonate Dead, and Glacial Hammer. So some of these are repeats. Alright, Ice Nova, already seen that. Ethereal Knives. Fires an arc of knives in front of the caster, which deal physical damage. 9 projectiles that do 7 to 10. So that's a cone in front of you, huh? That's pretty cool. Ice Spear. What is my ice one? That's Freezing Pulse. Launches a shard of ice that pierces close enemies before exploding on a distant enemy with a much higher critical strike chance. It does 6 to 9 cold, 40% increased chill duration on enemies, and its second form has 600% increased critical strike chance. Which means it's, well, 600% increase from what I have as a base, so if I've got, I don't have quite a 10%, but if I had, you know, that'd be 6 times, so it would be 60. So it's a pretty darn good chance. Cold Snap. Ice crystals protrude from the ground at target location. Monsters in this area take damage and become frozen. Cooldown can be bypassed by exploding a power charge. Or expending, sorry, not exploding. A power charge. Of course, I have no power charges. I don't know how to get them yet. So, 3 to 6 cold, 25% chance to freeze enemies with hit with cold, 30% increase freeze duration, and 110% chill duration. That's pretty cool. I'm kind of interested in that. Firestorm, that's the one that I was getting hit with earlier. It's a flaming bolts raised down over the targeted area, explode when landing, dealing damage to nearby enemies. It's 5 to 14 fire. It lasts for 1.2 seconds, and the fireball falls every 0.15 seconds. That's what I was seeing earlier, kind of the opposite of Blizzard. This is a Firestorm. Yes, Firestorm Blizzard. Whatever. I don't know what I want to do, because Ice Spear sounds kind of cool. Then there's Cold Snap to freeze, and then Firestorm's an AoE. I'm kind of liking fire. Let's go with Firestorm. As you can see, I'm using a lot of blue gems because of this. And I'm actually at a point where I'm out of blue sockets. So my next choice is going to have to be a little bit different. Now, the thing is there's a reason for this. Blue shards are usually... The shards are basically very much associated with your primary stats. Any blue socket or shard is basically based on your primary attribute of intelligence. Red is on strength and green is on dex. So I'm pretty much finding a lot of blue stuff. So the stuff I want, the gear I find, I'm going to want to have blue sockets for the most part. At least one blue usually in order to get a skill on it. But as I haven't found any augment gems yet, I don't know what colors they will typically run across and what I might want. For example, a multi-shot rune or gem might be red. Thankfully, you have chromatic orbs that can actually shuffle about the colors of the gem sockets, so that's pretty cool.